right, so if you're having more bad days than good days, you might want to think about skating the skate park, the spot, or just skate in a different way. What that can mean is skate different obstacles of the park, skate a different style, try out a different flow. Today, I'm gonna use and stick with the example of skating a different obstacle. It doesn't also have to be a different obstacle. It can just be a different way of skating it. So in this case, I never touch this ledge ever. And so what we're gonna do with the context of, I'm having a bad day and nothing's working, I'm going to change it up, because in this way, when you aren't landing tricks, there's not that intuitive pressure of, I'm not landing something that I should. It's more of like, oh, interesting, why can't I land this, right? You kind of release pressure on yourself, and as you go through this experience and also learn how to tone down the pressure or the expectations you place upon yourself, you can also apply the same approach mentally to other tricks when you are trying tricks that you usually have first try, but you're not doing them, or also just not really having a great day. I do want to mention after this attempt something else that has to do with comparison and how that's robbing you of your enjoyment and curiosity with skateboarding. Damn, he's good, huh? You guys saw the bail, but he was flowing nice. Okay.
Wait, are you gonna try it already?
Oh, I'm just gonna skate this guy, so I'm gonna, same thing, I'm gonna clean it up. Cleaned it up. The trick I wanna eventually land is Smith and then back 180 out, and then play around with that. I feel like I can do it easily, but it's never one I've tried on this. So regardless, it's gonna be a fun time. But like I mentioned, if you find yourself getting to the skate park and not having a good day, it might just be because you're setting your expectations too high, or you're trying to meet the skill level of where you see your friends or just peers or skaters who are in the skate park or at the skate park. So instead of focusing on what others are doing or what others are capable of, you got to understand you have to only place yourself into the equation when it comes down to where you should be at, right? And sometimes it's difficult because we might have already reached a higher level, but in the current situation, we aren't able to access that level we've reached. So you want to really be, how do I say this? You really want to be understanding that you're in a different place and you're in the present moment, instead of thinking about where you should be, right? You got to ground yourself in a sense. So don't compare yourself, be curious, and try skating a different obstacle of the park. So here we go. I'm just gonna do a 50 stall and then just ollie off. It's actually fun. This makes me feel like a different skater, because I don't skate bank to ledges in this way. I do like bump to ledges, yes, but bank to ledges I don't. So that was pretty cool. Okay, now I'm gonna 50 and then back 180 off. We'll see. I think I'll get that pretty easily, especially because it's kind of high off the bank. Here we go. I kind of hesitated in there because I'm like, wait, it felt a little like intimidating. So take your time. Again, this is something where you're gonna be a bit more curious, playful with your approach, not so strategic and think about all the things you need to do correctly. It's more of allowing yourself to fail and learn lessons so that you can enjoy skateboarding, right? Have fun with it. It's not to say skateboarding you always need to have fun when you're doing it, but it's more of allowing that to be a part of the experience, right? In a holistic way. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna focus. Wow, that was sick. I'm gonna focus on hesitating a bit less and doing it with a bit more fluidity. Was that half cab heel? What? Well, you did half cab heel right here?
Like alley-oop, half cab heel.
That was sick. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go to the coach.
Really?
Yeah, I love those things.
That's a good go-to trick. Okay, that one actually felt better. Something I'm keeping in mind is what has to change if I approach it a bit more at an angle and I have to roll out, you know, this side of the ledge instead of just coming down straight into it, straight down from the top. So I'm going to go from this quarter pipe and approach it in a slightly different angle, and I might slow it down a bit, right? But still with the intention to go alley-oop, so not come off it towards the end, but in the middle instead. Like, this is making it a bit interesting, and that's what I got curious. I'm like, this seems a bit more comfortable than I thought. So let me make it a bit more challenging and see how, you know, what I can get from that experience. So here we go. I was going a bit too fast, so I couldn't go on where I wanted. Kind of had to go out and be a bit more parallel to the approach it a bit more closer towards the end of the ledge, but that wasn't what I was trying to do, which is good. It's a challenge, right? It's not as easy as I expected it to be. Not that I really had a lot of expectations, but it's good. So I'm going to experience this. I'm gonna let myself experience this challenge, right? Sometimes we're kind of like, I'm okay on that, you know, and then kind of leave it. But there's so much progression that can come from just sticking with that initial challenge, right? Because you might get to the park, start to skate things a different way, even with more basic tricks, and instead of opening up your curiosity, you close yourself off to that opportunity. Too slow. I think I'm still going to use the ramp, just not pump as hard. Oh. Yeah, that's harder. Harder than I thought. Okay. That's interesting. You gonna head out? All right, my bro. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I'll see you around.
That's fun. And it was Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Brandon, huh?
Yeah, Brandon.
Nice to meet you.
Brandon.
Oh, Brandon?
Get it right, bro.
Brandon.
Oh, okay.
Not Brandon. Not no Brandon bullshit.
Good to see you. I'm hiding the anger. How much time do we got?
9.
Okay. So, if things aren't going your way, it's okay. Dude, I need to like cut these things out so I can have. What if I make t-shirts and just kind of quote with quotes? What do you guys think? Or just even if I have it on the hat embroidered. If things are in your way, it's okay.
Not going your way. Didn't you say not going your way?
If things aren't going your way, it's okay. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you guys think? Not you, them. cool. So this was only one approach of many different ones that I can take that I usually don't, right? The unconventional. In an unconventional approach, considering the way I skate, considering what I like to skate and how I naturally skate this park. So another way I don't really skate this park is, what's another way? You choose it, because there's gonna be a lot more validity, right? I can
Going
fool you
from that
guys.
ramp to that.
Oh my god, that's harder, bro. Look, okay, cool.
Santi did it.
You can't compare yourself, even if they're little kids doing things that seem easy. Those little kids have natural ability. Just kidding. Well, they do actually, but you shouldn't base what you're gonna do. How do I say this? No, you shouldn't base your skill level off of other skill level. You can be inspired and you can be curious, but don't get frustrated if things aren't working out the same way they are for someone who's just younger or a bit more skillful on the board, right? So what Santi did, he's also goofy. He goes like this, right? So it's kind of there's a no, but that one goes into another bank. No, I can't do that. But okay, that's actually a great.
Well, try a trick on the.
No, that's a great topic. What I can do if I can't do this, right? But I'm curious on how to transfer. I can slowly get comfortable with just airing out, right? So I'm gonna air out. Actually, I could do it. You see? I could do that. Okay, I'm gonna do it. First tee. It's kind of a steep bank, so there's a bit intimidation, but again, open eye. I'm open to it. First tee. This happens naturally when you get to a new street spot, a new skate park, and you start skating with friends. They're like, "Oh, what are you skating?" Just because you can't do or skate certain obstacles or do certain tricks, it doesn't mean you should kind of alienate yourself. Instead, embrace that challenge and see what you can learn from that, right? So here, even if I don't land this transfer, I'm still learning so much, and questions are popping up on what I need to correct, or what are the lessons learned, so that eventually I can land this transfer. But eventually is the next try, because I'm gonna land it right here. What's really right now, I'm not giving it a full attempt because there's a lot of there's some fear, but fear isn't a bad thing, and it's not something you should ignore. Just ask yourself more questions and assure yourself a bit more through that experience. So right here is going to be a bit more of an attempt. Right here, I'm stalling. Okay, that was a better attempt. I disengaged at the end.
What if you, to build your confidence since you're scared,
Yeah.
what if you go up, nose manual, and then nose manual down, and then do it?
Go up, wait, what?
Go up this nose manual, and then
Oh,
go
no,
down.
I'm okay. That's not too easy for me.
Oh, really? I thought you
No.
did it in El Sereno.
Yeah, maybe, but this is a bit higher.
Oh.
This one's it. That one actually felt pretty comfortable. What I need to keep in mind though is I need to stay engaged, right? That's the lesson that's coming up right now. The question I asked was, wait, what's intimidating me to go into the bank? And it's doing this where I land stiff and I don't fully come in. I push myself off the ramp and I just kind of fall towards the flat. So what I'm gonna do is make sure I'm close to the board. I'm engaged from roll in to roll away.
Jeez.
Damn, I feel the adrenaline right now.
Okay, Danny Way.
Danny Way? Carlos Way? I think there's a movie called that. But anyways, guys, that's the point of the video. If you're having more bad days than good days, try out skating the skate park, a street spot in a different way. That way, when it's not going in the, you're not experiencing you're not experiencing the situation you want to.
It's not going your way.
I know, I was trying not to be repetitive with way. If it's not going your way, it's okay, remember? Be open to the questions, being curious, having fun, just like kids do when they're first learning, or just like you did when you're first starting. Do not compare yourself to other skill level, even if they're your friends and they started at the same time. You don't know how they sleep, how they eat, what are their natural abilities, you know, what their perspective is as they're skating. There's a lot of factors you cannot, you don't understand, and that's okay. You only need to control how you approach your skateboarding, right? And approach it in a manner that's going to help you progress instead of approaching it in a manner or with a perspective that's going to keep you in a plateau. Having said that, if you're interested in lessons or coaching, hit me up at profe.carlos, and I'll see you in the next video.